the no. How's everybody doing tonight? Real fast, we're gonna talk sports, and then we're gonna go ahead. Really, the only game I watched today was Dallas Houston 111-107. Houston wins not much. Cooper Flag that had another good game, man. 34 points, 13 rebounds for Cooper Flag. He had another great game for Cooper Flag tonight. Daniel Gafford, 16 points, 11 rebounds. Pretty much that, you know. Brandon Williams with 13 off the bench. For Houston, man, Kevin Durant had 13. Um, Let me see here. Amen Thompson had 21. Sengun had 14 and 14. Terry Langston had 17. Jabari Smith Jr. had 19. And then they get Shepard didn't play that good today. Only 5 points for Shepard. Koji had 13. But yeah, man, it was a nice little fun game. You know, kind of Mavericks made it a little bit interesting at the end there, but not much to write home about. I mean, obviously, you know, Sengun and Durant didn't play that good tonight, but you know, the role players kind of stepped up tonight, like Jabari Smith with 19, and then Tyrese Anderson had 17. Amen Thompson had 21. Koji had 13. So the role players kind of took over. You know, they were able to survive. Not the greatest of performance by Sengun and Durant. Anyways, let's talk about real quick. Well, Paul George, he's been suspended for 25 games for using steroids, performance-enhancing drugs, allegedly. It's been reported by Chance Charana. So Paul George suspended. Last year he missed so many games because he was hurt, and now he's gonna miss 25 games because it's been very frustrating so far for Philadelphia with Paul George, man. He's been missing so many damn games, whether because he's hurt or now because he took performance-enhancing drugs, man. Frustrating situation, man. You wonder if they're gonna want to get rid of him soon. They're paying him all that money. I think they're paying him like $50 million this season. Holy free holies. All the money they paid him last year as well, the money they might have to pay him in the future. And he's missing so many games, man. So frustrating for the Philadelphia 76ers, who actually look impressive, honestly, when healthy, right? Because Paul George is like the third guy on that team right now. I mean, Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey are the best two players, and then maybe Paul. Excuse me. That's like low-key a good team. I'm actually surprised they're not ranked a little bit higher. That's a little good team. I've seen them play a few times, and they're impressive. Anyways, baseball real quick. Luis Arces, I think he went to the Giants, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So he made a decision. Luis Arces goes to the Giants. Luis Arces had that great hitting year a few years ago. I think when he was with Minnesota, he had like, what was it, almost 400. So, anyways, okay, let's start talking about the main thing that happened today, which was the WWE Royal Rumble. So Liv Morgan wins the women, Strowman Reigns wins the men, and then I think the match that probably nobody really was into, but whatever. Drew McIntyre retains the WWE Championship versus Sami Zayn, and then the one that everybody got pissed off of, but I think everybody saw it coming. Gunther beats AJ Styles. AJ Styles is forced to retire. I think his contract is coming up here pretty soon. The first week of February is going to expire. Triple H said after the show that he had a lot of conversations with AJ Styles the last few weeks, and he said that AJ Styles is still interested in being part of WWE, but no longer wants to wrestle. So he believes eventually they're going to come into an agreement for him to help out behind the scenes, whether it's with the main roster or in NXT. He did not take his gloves off and leave him in the middle of the ring. He attempted to a few times and he just couldn't do it. So I don't know. Could there still be a sign that he could end up going to either TNA or AEW? I think it's very possible. Maybe that was the message he was trying to give everybody. I'm not done yet. I don't know. I think even some of the AEW wrestlers were kind of not hand teaming, kind of like being hopeful that maybe he could join AEW. We'll see, man. We'll see. Maybe the WWE might look at it as a business move because they're partners with TNA. And I think they're only averaging about 100,000 views right now on the new TNA show on Thursdays, I believe it is. Maybe they can give it a boost if they put AJ Styles on there. Maybe that's what they're. I don't know. We'll see. But according to Triple H, he's not going to wrestle anymore. The plan is for him to eventually help out behind the scenes somewhere. But we'll see what happens. I think we'll see. Liv Morgan, man, she deserves it. I think she competed in so many Royal Rumbles throughout the years. I think she finally deserved to win. She's been coming up in like the second, the third spot so many years. She deserved it, man. I think it was her and Sol Taraka. You know, she's not even on the main roster. She wasn't gonna win. And then Tiffany Stratton just had a fantastic year last year, right? Winning the Money in the Bank briefcase and then being WWE Women's Champion for most of the year. So they had to change it up. So I had a feeling once I saw those were the final three that it was going to be Liv Morgan. So congratulations to Liv Morgan, man. We'll see if she faces either Jade Cargill or I think it's going to be Stephanie Vaquer. But we'll see what happens. And then Roman Reigns is probably going to face CM Punk, which a lot of people have been waiting for that feud for a long time. Because remember, back in the day, I think there was a rivalry where CM Punk said that, Roman Reigns said that CM Punk is not that much of a needle mover and that he wasn't going to do much for a company as far as ticket sales and ratings. So there's obviously they're both Paul Heyman guys. There's definitely stuff there. That they can do that's probably the best way to go. If it's not going to be The Rock at this point of Roman Reigns' career, have it be CM Punk, and then they're probably going to do McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes. I know there's even rumors they could add Jacob Fatu as well. Sometimes throughout the years they do a triple threat match, so maybe this year they want to go with a triple threat route for one of the title matches. I can see it. So much for the possibility of both Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker ending that WrestleMania as champions, right? And finally giving it to younger guys, right? But right away, freaking as Braun Breaker's coming out, he gets attacked by a masked man with a hoodie, and he gets curse stomped on the floor, and then gets thrown in the ring and gets eliminated by Oba Femi. A lot of people were saying that it was either Austin Theory or Seth Rollins, but now some fans have taken pictures and they said it had like a blonde beard and maybe like green eyes, which that could mean it's Logan Paul. Some people are saying Jon Moxley. I don't think it's Jon Moxley. I'm pretty sure. I don't really watch AEW that much anymore, but I'm pretty sure. I think they had a show tonight, Collisions. I'm pretty sure he was on there, right? Yeah, I don't think, but it does seem like it could be Logan Paul. It seemed like he had a blonde beard and green eyes. I think Logan Paul's a little bit taller though. He kind of seemed like more of a Austin Theory, Seth Rollins type of size, right? He didn't seem like super tall. Logan Paul, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, imagine that'd be crazy. If it's Logan Paul, and this whole time he was actually they're not gonna. Why would they turn him heel? What would they turn Logan Paul babyface? They're not gonna cheer for him. That's the one guy they have to keep a heel. Yeah, that would be stupid, but interesting. But it looks like on the pictures like it's a blonde beard with green eyes. So we'll see where they go from there. But Braun Breaker, I don't know who the hell he's gonna. Now maybe there's a possibility. Maybe it's gonna be Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Maybe they think Rollins can come back. I think he got the surgery in October. So it would be exactly 5-6 months. So it could be a possible. I think it's April 19. So it could be a possibility, right? Rollins in the past, I think he's coming back early, and then even if it means getting hurt again, I think he in the past, remember with Triple H, he something happened to his leg and he kind of rushed it and he was able to make it back in time for the match with Triple H. And then remember a few years ago, I think he tore his meniscus, right? And then I think he came back like 3 months later and had a match with Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. So and then he tore his meniscus again and had to get surgery. And so he seems like he's willing to like try to come back on rush his comeback a little bit, and then even if it means getting hurt again, so we'll see. But yeah, we'll see. And so I think that's it. Gunther, I don't know what they're gonna do with Gunther. Um, who knows what the hell they're gonna do with Gunther? It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with WrestleMania, man. But a lot of people are excited. Roman Reigns. It's gonna look like it's Roman Reigns, CM Punk. That looks like the match that is very clear, right? Out of everything, no, and we're not sure about anything else. We're assuming it's gonna be some type of match between McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, whether it's a one-on-one match or a triple threat match, adding Jake up for two. But I think the most clear thing right now, it looks like that the main event of WrestleMania is gonna be CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that's what we learned tonight. That's the main event. Everything else, it's kind of unclear right now where exactly they're going with it. Some people are talking about Brock Lesnar versus Obi Feeney. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're still scratching our ass and we don't even have androids. But I think that's the clear thing. It's the main event of WrestleMania. The headline is going to be CM Punk, Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. We'll see how everything else falls. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna call it a night. I think I talked about everything. Yeah, the only thing I will say final, they started like at what, 10, 11 at night? The show was over like by 3 in the morning. That's why I think it was empty. What? That's terrible. Why the fuck would you start a show at super late at night? They gotta fix that in the future, man. That's terrible. Holla. Have a good night, everybody. Yeah, I don't know why you would start a show at. I think it's better to start earlier, and even if it means like a fucking 6, 7, 8 start time and over here, right? Because you want your stadium to be full, right? I thought it was kind of stupid to start the show that late. I think it ended until like fucking 2, 3 in the morning. Like people from the get-go are not gonna go. They're not gonna go, man. I'm pretty sure the tickets were super expensive. The start time was horrendous. Like literally the show was over in the middle of the night. I think in the future it's better probably start more of a 7 o'clock start over there, even if it means super early here. Worst case scenario, fans watch the replay. I think it's better, man. I think it's better, man. It seemed like half of the arena was empty. So they gotta fix that in the future, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now I'm for sure gonna call it a night, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night, everybody. Holla. Have a good night, everybody.